All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to this is lesson 3 of the basic beginner forex trading course. Okay, and in this lesson, I'm going to be talking about the different forex trading sessions. Okay, all right, let me get my pen real quick. Hold on. All right, so we have four different forex trading sessions. Okay, we have the Sydney session. All right, we have the Asian session. All right, we have the London and the New York session. Okay, but out of these four, the four mainly talked about sessions are the Asian, London, and New York. Okay, and how this works according to time. Okay, it starts from the Sydney session, then to the Asian session. All right, then from the Asian session it goes to the London session. All right, then from the London session it goes to the New York session. Then from the New York session it goes back to the Sydney session. Okay, so it's around the clock format. Okay, because forex is open 5 days a week, 24/7. All right. Okay, so another thing I want you to take note of: the Asian session is also known as the Tokyo session. All right. All right, so another thing before we move ahead, when we talk about the trading session, okay, let's say the Sydney trading session. Okay, what that briefly means is this is when banks in Sydney are open. All right, this is when people are actually, working in their banks. Okay, in Sydney. All right, same thing applies to the Asian session. Okay, or the Tokyo session. All right, same thing applies to the London session. Okay, this is when banks are open in London. The New York session, the same thing. All right. All right, so let's keep moving. So another thing I want you to take note before I explain what I'm going to say on this slide is, for those different sessions, okay, the open and closing time will be different depending on the season of the year. Okay, it will be different depending on the season and the time of the year. All right, and the reason for that is because of something called the daylight savings. Okay, so what I mean by that, like during summer, all right, that's between April to October. All right, the Asian session or the Tokyo session will begin at 6 p.m. and close at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. All right, then the London session, all right, will begin at 3 p.m. then close at 12 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, then for the New York session during summer, okay, it will begin at 8 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now that will be different during winter. Okay, that's around October to April. All right, so the Asian session will begin at 6 p.m. and close at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, then the London session will begin at 3 p.m. and close at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, then for the New York session, it will begin at 8 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, guys, this is something you need to pay attention to. Okay, there will be a 1 hour difference according to the time of the year, to the time or the season of the year. So what you can do is go to Google and you can search for your time zone according to the region that you are in the world, and then adjust your time to that. Okay, all right, so let's move on. So what's the best session to trade? Okay, this is a question often asked. Okay, and I should say if you are a day trader, only day traders should be concerned with what best session to trade, or what's the best time to trade, or what are the best days in the week to trade. Okay, because they're trading daily. All right. But if you're a swing trader or a person that holds your trade for a longer period of time, then the best session or the best time or the best days to trade are not so relevant to you. All right. So, all right. So let's talk about. So if you're a person that wants to trade pairs, okay, currency pairs that have the Great British Pound, okay, or want to trade pairs that have the euro, um, the euro currency. Okay, let's say you wanted to trade euro USD, the euro card, the euro. All right, or let's say you wanted to trade GBP, AUD, GBP, JPY. Okay, those kinds of pairs. Okay, the pairs that have these the currency that I have here on the screen. Okay, then you should look at trading the London session. Okay, because like I said, okay, during the London session is when the banks in London or the United Kingdom are open. All right, and we all know in the United Kingdom they use the Great British Pound. All right, so if you're a person that enjoys trading, let's say currency pairs that have the USD, okay, or the United States dollar, all right, then you should look at trading the New York session, all right, because this is when banks in New York or the United States are open, all right. So that means there'll be volume for those pairs, okay, that have the USD in them, okay. So moving on, another thing I want you to take notice of is there is a time when the London session and the New York session overlap. Okay? And during this time, there's a lot of volume. All right? Because both the banks in London and in New York are open at the same time, hence the overlap. Okay, so if you're a person that enjoys trading a lot of volume in the market, okay, you should look at trading during this time. Okay, there are other overlaps. Okay, there's Sydney and Tokyo or Asian overlap. There's a Tokyo and London overlap, but those don't have that much volume compared to the London and New York session. So if a person, let's say, wants to trade those breakouts, then you should look at trading the London and New York session. Okay, and during this overlap right here, you can look at pairs like the GBP, USD, Euro, USD. All right, so let's move on. So let me show you an illustration real quick. This is an image right here, and as you can see, it's the forex trading hours and the overlap. Okay, and this is based on the UTC time, or the universal time. Okay, all right, so as you can see right there, it has all the four sessions. It has the Sydney session, it has the Tokyo session, it has the London session, and it has the New York session. Okay, and right at the bottom here, I want you to pay close attention. You see the white, according to this key. Okay, white means less volume, then orange means more volume. Okay, so according to this UTC time, okay, this is UTC time, okay, from 9 a.m. all right, this is when the Sydney session starts, and then it ends at 6 a.m. all right. But during this time, you can see where the orange is. Okay, between 11 a.m. okay, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. okay, there's a lot of volume in the market for the Sydney session. Okay, all right, and you can see there's an overlap for the Sydney session and the Tokyo session. Okay, you can see it's right here. All right, but there's not that much volume. As you can see, it's white. Okay, from 12 a.m. to around 6 6 a.m. right here, right? This is when these two sessions overlap, all right? Then what I want you to pay attention to is the London and New York session, okay? As you can see right there, as you can see right here, right? From 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., this is UTC time, okay? From 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. UTC time, this is when there's a lot of volume in the market, all right? And this is when the overlap starts earlier, okay? As you can see right here, it starts from right around here to around here, okay? This is where the overlap starts, okay? But between that, you can see from 2 to 3, okay? 2 to 3 p.m. there's a lot of volume in the market. And like I said, if you're a person that enjoys trading pairs that have the GBP, all right, then you should look at trading the London session. If you're a person that enjoys trading pairs that have the USD, then you should look at trading the New York session. But if you want to trade this overlap right here, you can trade pairs like GBP USD, all right, because this is when there's a lot of volume during this overlap. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so let's move on. So what are the best days to trade? Okay, so the best days to trade, and this is according to Baby Pips, this is according to the website. Okay, you can go to this website and check it out. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the best days to trade. All right, and they have a table to support that. Okay, as you can see right there, this is also good for Baby Pips. Okay, as you can see right here, we have the pair and we have the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right, so for a pair like Euro USD, as you can see, this is the volume. Okay, for the pair like the Euro USD, on Monday it was 49, Tuesday it was 63, Wednesday it was 64, Thursday it was 72, Friday it was 65. Okay, for the GBP USD pair, all right, Monday was 65, Tuesday was 80, Wednesday was 85, Thursday was 90, Friday it was 86. Okay, so if you do the average, okay, you will find out that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the best days to trade because they have the most volume. All right, and this could be because of, let's say, Monday, people are coming from the weekend, or they still have a hangover of the weekend, and then Friday people are just closing, okay, preparing for the weekend. All right, so a recap on what we talked about in this video. We talked about the trading sessions, okay, we talked about the Sydney session, we talked about the Asian session, which is also the Tokyo session, we talked about the London session and the New York session. Okay, those are the four trading sessions. Okay, then we talked about what are the best sessions to trade. Okay, we talked about if you're a person that likes to trade let's say the GBP pairs, okay, you should look at trading the London session. And if you're a person that likes to trade the USD pairs, you should look at New York session. But the overlap between the London and New York is the most volatile. Okay, there's a lot of volume. So if you're a person that enjoys trading a lot of volume in the market, you should look at that overlap. Okay, then the days to trade, the best days to trade according to Baby Pips, once again, we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, so we've come to the end of this video. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.